I would encourage young leaders, I think on the educational side and in terms of their intellect and depth of understanding, to spend a lot of time thinking about governance, thinking about how boards work, thinking about strategy. The lack of exposure to how boards really should function, the types of things that companies need to think about in terms of strategy, are all areas where they can educate themselves in many ways. There's a lot of literature available. There's a lot of very good case studies available. And I think that's how people can help themselves come up the ladder on these areas. Their intellect and obviously intelligence that has to be taken. Leadership qualities. Can you lead a team of people? Can you inspire people? Can you motivate them in a way that allows you to drive a vision into execution and action? I think strategic thinking to me is very important. The ability to think strategically, and that's something that a lot of people say comes with experience, but I'm not sure that's necessarily true all the time. Innovation and creativity and thinking out of the box. That's what young leaders, that's what I expect from my young leaders. You know, come to me with new ideas. Come to me with new things you've heard. Come to me because you are not constrained by the baggage of your past successes and failures. And you can think of 20 different things that you've read about or heard about and bring those applications to us. Come to us with a new way of working. Less formalities, less hierarchy, flatter organizations, empowering people all around you so that you get the best out of all your employees. So I expect that out of our young leaders very, very importantly. High energy. There's no question that energy has a huge amount of impact on a company. So do you have a company which is a high energy, high impact, works fast, responds quickly, has speed as its motto almost, if I may say. And I think that's what young people can bring far better than older people will traditionally bring. And thinking out of the box. You know, can you come to us with 5 new ideas to grow our businesses in different ways? Ability to take risks, ability and desire to take some level of risk to expand to new markets or new geographies or new products. I would ask them to humor us, please. We will, we will often, you know, carry our baggage, and of course we bring experience, and I hope we can teach them and we can learn from them. But I think one, I would ask them, extract knowledge from us, ask us questions, talk about stuff, challenge us all the time, because they are thinking of new things that, and they must use that to their advantage to increase their own exposure and perspective. 2, they can help us, they can train us. We need training just as much as they do in this ever-changing world. So I think it can be a very nice win-win if you do it right. When GE bought RCA, I was part of RCA. I'd moved to the US from the UK. You know, within a week of that, the CFO of GE, Dennis Dammerman, who was one of the, at that time, of course, one of the biggest CFOs in the country, called me up and talked to me and said, how do you do? How are you feeling? We've heard about you. We like you. We'd love you to come on board, etc., etc. I was astonished because in a hierarchical company, for me as a junior person, you know, I needed 18 appointments and 6 months' time to go and talk to the CFO at RCA. And it was remarkable, and it showed me the power of the lack of hierarchy, lack of boundaries, and the ability of someone in a company to just reach across and reach out to somebody and give them encouragement. And it's something I never forgot, which is why, you know, our offices here are built of glass and we have access to people all the time. So I think that's one lesson. And 2 was when I first came here to set up GE Capital with Gary Wendt, and we sat in the lobby of the Oberoi Hotel in Mumbai. And on the back of a piece of paper, we sketched out our business plan. And after having visited Mumbai and Delhi and met a few people, and we, that time, you know, decided to set up the joint venture with HDFC and subsequently with State Bank of India, etc. But we laid it out as a vision on a piece of paper. And it just said, these are the things we will get into. This is how we will do them. And it demonstrated to me the power of strategy and vision, as opposed to, lots of analysis and lots of Excel spreadsheets. But it demonstrated to me the power of setting a vision and a strategy in its simplicity, so that we all understood what it was. We all understood why we were doing it. It was easy to communicate. And yet, it made huge business sense. Oh, I think it's a fabulous program. I really believe it's a wonderful program. My thanks to ET for leading it, because it's a program that deserves to be done with the demographics of our country. My advice to young people is, please be bold in your thinking. Think about how you can make an impact. Think about what you can do. Be ambitious. Be impatient. Have the energy to go out and look for new ideas, new ways of thinking. Borrow ideas from all over the world. Bring them together here. And really have no fear of failure. The last one I would say, do things that you love. Really do things that you love. If you want to do something for the next 20, 30 years, do something that you really love, because that will allow you to sustain your efforts.